Okay, well, if you're watching, hopefully you're watching this video, and I'm just going to go through the whole quiz and just redo and do all the problems and just kind of explain them. I'll also post the answer key with, just the work worked out. So you can have multiple ways to check your work and to see make sure you're doing everything correctly. Okay. All right, square root of 500. I'm going to do factor tree on all of these. Like if you're really good with um, your perfect squares, you can do that way. And what I mean by that is I know 500 is 100 times 5. Well, I know the square root of 100 is 10. So that's going to give you 10 square root of 5. Let me tell you what most people are going to do the factor tree, which is what I want to do on all of these. I just wanted to make sure I explained that. You do need to show your work. Very, very, very important that you show your work. And I'm going to do 10 times 50, and that's 2 times 5. That's 5 times 10, and 10 is 2 times 5. So we get square root, and I get 2 2's, and I get 3 5's. And now I got a pair of 2's, pair of 5's. Remember, anything that comes out, we're eventually going to multiply together. So I take out, for each pair, you got to have a buddy. Only one comes out. And then you get a pair of 5's. And now 2 times, I got a 5 left over. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 square root of 5. Okay, so that's got to be your answer for that one. Square root of 20. Just reduce it. Do not. If you hit square root of 20, okay, and give me 4.47 or any decimal, that's zero, no points, nothing. You got to know if it's a decimal, then you got to do the factor tree. So it is 4 times 5, 2 times 2, 2 times 2 times 5, pair of 2's, 2 goes on the outside, square root of 5. 5 square root of 75. So 75, 3 times 25. 25 is 5 times 5. So I got a 5 here. 75 is 3 times 5 times 5. Pair of 5's. All right, there's a 5 already out there. Anything that comes out will multiply by that original 5. Make sure you don't forget to write it down. And then your final answer, you got to multiply them back together. And you get 25 square root of 3. All right, now, for those of you who are watching this video, I'll give you a little opportunity here. At the very end of your quiz, if you put down your favorite ice cream, I'll give you +1 bonus point. Okay, so underneath where your parent has to sign, should be a little bit of room, or if you do it on your own paper, at the very end, just write down your favorite ice cream. I'll give you a bonus point for taking the time to watch this video. All right, 36. If you look, you should know what the square root of 36 is. It is 6. It's a whole number. You can still do the factor tree, but you don't have to, because you know that is 6. But if you forget, or if it's a different number, we get 2 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 3. And so I get 2 2's, 2 3's, x to the 6. Now, if you're good with your exponents, you don't need to write them all out, but if you're not quite sure, write out all 6 of them and then 3 z's. And we're looking for pairs. Pair of 2's, pair of 3's, pair of x's, 3 pairs of x's, and a pair of z's. Every pair comes out. I got a 2. I got a 3. I got 1, 2, 3 x's. I got a z. The only thing that's left is a z. That's the only thing right there. Well, you cannot leave it like this. Multiply everything together. 2 times 3 is 6. 6x cubed z, square root of z. Okay? You could have just jumped right to there if that's okay and you understand that. But I just want to make sure you understand what's going on there. Square root of 48a squared, c to the fifth. 48 is not a perfect square. If I take the square root of 48, it's not a whole number. So that means I have to do a factor tree. 6 times 8, 2 times 3, 4 times 2, 2 times 2. So 48, how many 2's do I have? I got 1, 2, 3, 4 2's. I got a 3. I got 2 A's. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C's. All right, what pairs do I have? So here's what I got on the outside. I got two pair of 2's, so you multiply those together. 2 times 2 is 4. I got an A, pair of A's, so I got 1A. 2 pairs of C's, so each C comes out, and those become C squared. What is left is 3C. That's going to be your answer. All right, number 6. All right, now we're into the decimals. Always trying to see if they reduce. We know 3 and 7 goes into 21. 64 divided by 3, that'd be my only option. And then 64 divided by 7, they do not divide into 64. So what we can do is just jump right into here. Square root of 21 over square root of 64. Square root of 21 is nothing because 21 is just 3 times 7. It doesn't simplify. You got to leave that. Square root of 64 is 8. Remember, you cannot leave a radical in the denominator. So that gives us square root of 8. Done with that one. Square root of 32 over 49. It does not reduce. Square root of 32 over square root of 49. Well, square root of 49 is 7. If you leave this, you get partial credit. But 32 reduces because if we do the factor tree, it is 16 times 2, 2 times 8, 2 times 4, and 2 times 2. So it really becomes 5 2's over 7. And now 5 2's, I got 2 pair. Multiply those 2 together when they come outside. You got 4 square root of 2 over 7. Okay, so that'll be your answer for 7. 8 and 9 tend to be the most missed ones in the whole test. You need to reduce first, and you need to simplify. If I get, and mainly you don't have a constant on top, but I have x to the 7th over x. Remember what you do. That's like an x to the first. You subtract exponents. That gives you x to the 6th. So this is going to reduce to x to the 6th over 81. Now I can take the square root of both. Well, the square root of 81 is 9. Okay? Before you do a factor tree, if it looks like a perfect square, if you remember, just throw it in your calculator. You get a whole number, boom, you're done. You don't need to keep going. X to the 6th, you can write it out if you want, but remember, the trick is you take the exponent and cut it in half. If it's an even number, then you have nothing left on the inside. X cubed over 9. All right, 9, we got to reduce that. 12 over 27. They're both divisible by 3. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 3 goes into 27 9 times. All right, now a squared over a to the 6th. You subtract exponents. That's negative 4. Remember, you cannot have a negative exponent. It moves down below. So when that reduces, it becomes square root of 4 over 9 a to the 4th. Now I can make it the square root of 4 over the square root of 9a to the 4th. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of a to the 4th is a squared. That's going to be your final answer for that one. All right, number 10, 4 square root of 2 plus 8 square root of 2. The only time you can add these together, if they have the same radical, you only add the outsides together. That is 12 square root of 2. Do not change the 2. Keep it the same. Done. It is like 4x plus 8x gives you 12x. Same concept. Same thing here for 11. 8 square root of x minus square root of x. Remember, there's a 1 in front of that square root. 8 minus 1 gives me 7 square root of x. And number 12, square root of 54. Now, you cannot combine this. Do not do 54 and 24 and say that is 78. Cannot do that. You would have to leave it unless they simplify to the same radicand. And that's what we got to check. 54 is 9 times 6, 3 times 3, 2 times 3. 24 is 4 times 6, 2 times 2, 2 times 3. Square root of 54, I got a 2, a 3, a 3, and another 3, plus 24. I got 3 2s and a 3. Okay, where do I have pairs? I got a pair of 3s that goes on the outside. Anything left multiplies back together. So it's 3 square root of 6. I put a 2 on the outside. 2 times 3 is 6. Now I can add those together. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 radical 6. All right. Last 3. All right, I'm going to give you one more chance for bonus point. If you do not tell this to other people, make them watch it themselves. Okay, that is key. Do not tell this to other people. Second bonus point. First one, what's your favorite ice cream? Second bonus point, tell me what your favorite restaurant is. Okay, favorite ice cream for 1 point, favorite restaurant for second point. That's it though, nothing else after that. Do not tell anybody. Do make them earn it by finding it themselves. Factor tree on 27. 9 times 3, 3 times 3. Factor tree on 12, 4 times 3, 2 times 2. So I got 2 square root. I got 3 3s in here. 7 square root of 2 times 2 times 3. Okay, bring a 3 out and multiply it by the 2. That gives you 6 square root of 3. Take a 2 out, multiply it by 7. 14 square root of 3. 6 minus 14, negative 8 square root of 3. $14. Okay, they throw an X under there. Don't let that confuse you. You still need to do the factor tree on the constants on the inside. 72, 8, and 50. Oh, excuse me. 72 is 9 times 8. 3 times 3. 2 times 4. 2 times 2. 8. 4 times 2. 2 times 2. 50. 25 times 2. 25 is 5 times 5. So I got 2 square root. All right, now 72x. I got 3 2s. I got 2 3s. And don't forget the x. Plus square root of 8x, which is 3 2s plus an x, minus 3 square root of 50x, which is 2 times 5 times 5 times x. All right, let's get our pairs. And anything that comes out multiplies. So I take a 2 out and a 3 out, and I already have a 2. I don't usually do that. I haven't done this lately, but I'm going to do it here. And that's going to give you 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12 square root of 2x. Plus, pair of 2's here. Means 1, 2 comes outside. Square root of 2x. Minus 5 comes out, multiplies by that 3. It's 15 square root of 2x. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 minus 15 is negative 1 square root of x, or you can write it as just negative square root of x. But that'll be the answer for number 14. Okay, just don't write them both down. Just one of them is fine. All right, last one, 15. Find the perimeter of a triangle whose side lengths are 10, 7 square root of 3, and square root of 12. Perimeter means the distance around the outside. So we're going to add those up. So you got 10. Let's see here. Plus 7 square root of 3 plus square root of 12. Well, the way it stands, you technically can't add any of these together yet. You got to look to simplify. 10 is just going to be 10. That's never going to change. 7 square root of 3. 3 does not reduce, but 12 does. 12 is 4 times 3, which is 2 times 2. So I get 10 plus 7 square root of 3 plus 2 times 2 times 3. Okay, got 2's in common. That goes out. So I get 10 plus 7 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3. Let me see something. Won't let me extend my page. So this time you only, what happened here? All right, I just got a little bit of an error message. I'm going to pause this. All right, not really sure what happened there, but we're just going to finish up this problem. And I got 10 plus 7 square root of 3 plus square root of 12, and we already did the work to get 2 square root of 3. Now, the 10 is, you cannot combine that with these because it doesn't have a radicand, but I can combine these two. And I can write this as 10 plus 9 square root of 3. Now, the dimensions are centimeters, so you can do that. And you can put those in parentheses. Now, you can, there's no reason you can't, is put 9 square root of 3 plus 10 centimeters. That's the same, that's fine. All righty, I'll post this as you finish your review sheet. Hopefully you take a look at this and kind of fix any mistakes if you had any. Quiz will be Friday, okay, depending on whether you looked at this Wednesday or Thursday. Good luck.